Yeah, man. Coming to you live from Southwest Florida and Long Island, New York. How's everybody doing tonight? You're listening to Love Dangerously with New York Tony, and
Mighty Dangerously.
as always, thank you for joining us. It's the day after Christmas. Merry Christmas, Marty.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody who's listening to the show tonight.
All of you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Hopefully Santa came and visited.
Yeah, hopefully. And you're a gift to us for listening to our show.
Yay.
Yay. That was a little corny, but it's the truth. So.
Are you ready to fight?
Yeah, ready to fight, because this is going to be a man versus woman show. I can tell you that now.
Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to renege on your man license and just tell me that I'm right? We're going to end the show right now.
Nope, round one.
Ding, ding, motherfucker.
All right. So the show title is How Long the Wait. Anybody going to guess what we're talking about right now? Anybody? Anybody want to raise your hand and say, yeah, I know what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Monty, why don't you tell the fans what we're talking about tonight?
It's called The Oath.
The Oath.
Yes.
And what's that oath?
Harvey came up with this thing where you take the 90-day oath. Now, plenty of, religious, people have taken this oath of chastity, where you keep your virginity or whatever, but that's almost like that, but not really. The 90-day oath basically is a vow to yourself, to women, that you're going to keep the cookie in the jar for 90 days. And during that time, the man that you're with needs to be committed and not open to anybody else's cookie jar, and that will require that he treats his woman as a one-of-a-kind woman and just take the oath and become better people and more established in your relationship.
Oh, so that's a real oath.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever taken this oath?
I have never taken the oath. You just took the oath.
That's exactly what I want to hear. Fellas, don't listen to her tonight.
No, I've never... Seriously, dude?
Yeah, I'm going to put you out there like that. I told you it's going to be that kind of show. Round two.
It's not even like that, though.
I'm just saying.
Some people can manage themselves, and some people can't.
Yeah.
That's why there's a problem in today's society when it comes to taking care of themselves and other people.
Oh, you think that's what the problem is?
I think so.
I'm going to go back to...
I think it has a lot to do with self-worth. That's basically what that is.
I'm going to say self and fish at the same time. How about that? That works for me.
Why would it be selfish?
Because there's a lot of women out there that decides when and where or when to give the cookie. Like it's some magical lucky charm for you. I'm just telling you. It's not all about the cookie. It really isn't.
Then those females are not mature women then. If that's what it is that they're going to be doing, that's not only selfish, but it's manipulative.
Okay.
And that's defeating the entire purpose of that exercise.
Okay, well, so it's okay for them to go shake one out in the shower, but you got a man laying there thinking that it's gonna be that time, it's probably getting close, and all of a sudden oh hey, good night. Really, that's what the
well, again that's being a selfish person. That's not even taking care of you though. That's not even the whole purpose of this exercise.
Okay, so what's the purpose of this exercise?
The purpose of the exercise is to focus on the relationship.
Okay.
And not the sex part. Because sex is easy. Anybody can, either you got money or you don't. You can get sex anywhere.
That's not true.
Oh, please.
That's not true.
I don't give a rat's ass if you got one eyeball and a jacked up nut. You can get sex from anybody. Anybody. That's the easy part.
A jacked up nut. So
Are you serious? Anybody can get laid.
No.
It's finding the quality person and being in a loving, supportive relationship is a whole other different ballgame.
Well, that's true.
There's so many other different facets to a relationship besides sex. You can get sex from anybody.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Please.
Oh no.
That doesn't mean anything.
All right, let's go back to your oath thing, because I know we're gonna go off track because of what you just said. So I'm trying to veer away
No, we're
from.
talking about the whole oath thing. That's the whole purpose of it.
Well, your oath doesn't make sense to me, and I read a lot of it about it. I'm just saying, men, as simple as this. I feel like that the first thing is that women are going to be selfish about it, and I truly believe that. I believe after the
Well, then
90
you need
days.
to rephrase what it is that you're saying because that's not a real woman then.
Okay, so you're saying that if a woman makes a man go more than, so you're talking about early stages of dating. I'm trying to figure out where we're going with this because that's where my problem is right now. Because this is a really sore
Well,
subject.
taking the oath is not even like in the beginning stages of dating. That's the most important part. What it is that I've read, I feel like that's the most important part is to implement this, to gain your self-respect, to put the focus on the type of woman it is and the type of man that women are dating, and vice versa.
Right.
But if it's in the middle of the relationship, I feel like that would be a good time to focus on each other. Like, let's say you're having like a misunderstanding in your relationship. The focus needs to go back into that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of relationships tend to fall apart after a while if it's not based on something real.
Right. And what do you consider real about being in that kind of relationship with the oath?
Well, you're taking an oath and a vow for yourself that you guys are going to be trying to work things out, trying to figure out what is the most important qualities for you to be treated a certain way,
Right.
to be treated like a man, to be treated like a woman.
Okay, so you.
I'm totally void of the whole sex thing because that, like I said, is easy.
So you think a lot
The
of
nuts
people.
and bolts of like a relationship needs to be worked on. That's the part that needs to be nurtured because that stuff doesn't always come so easy. People have, issues and they got stuff going on in their heads. You know what I'm saying? That might need to be worked out.
Well, true, because then we're getting to the heart of the matter. That's where I want to get at because I feel like there's a lot of people out there, and again, I don't care what opinion you have. Your opinion could be as valid as anybody's, but for you to have gone through this problem, then and I'm not talking about you, Marty. I'm talking about the fans that are listening right now because it's more than just that. Because again, a lot of people don't understand. You have to actually want to be in a relationship that you're not going to be selfish about. Because I feel like that is a lot of things, a lot of problems with the relationship on both parts, guy and girl. I'll be the first one to tell you that, guy and girl.
Let me just tell you, the biggest thing that makes me believe that this is true, and you know what, 90 days is just a number.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole premise and the whole point to that is for you to focus on the important stuff, the nuts and bolts of the relationship. I have made myself sick watching the goddamn Bridezilla show, and this shit makes me crazy.
And why does it make you crazy?
Because these women, it's the women. It's not even wholeheartedly the men, or some of the men are just too. I don't even want to say the words on the air.
Okay, so I'll go there. I'll
backbone.
So you think
sometimes to stand up to these women because all it is just a show.
you think
All it is just a show to show up how much of a queen bee, so to speak.
right?
It's just a show as far as like the party is concerned,
Right.
and it has nothing to do with the actual marriage itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, really, is that your lot in life, is to be a bitch? Like, that's got to get tiring and old after a while.
Exactly. For both
You know what I
parties. For both parties, not just the woman or the guy.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, some of the men that are on the show, it's like, really? Do you even have a penis? Because you're acting really, really suspect right now. You know what I mean? Like, how would you... I would never, ever accept anybody making me look like a piece of crap in front of people.
Right.
Just because.
Right.
But it was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
That will never happen.
Okay, I hear that. One of the fans actually mentioned, what we should start probably doing for the show, since we're talking about this, we should probably start doing something like Steve Harvey with that strawberry letter and start taking anonymous people on the air, or hosting or whatever, and letting it be read on the show so people could really view their opinions and not just listen to ours. How you feel about that going
I
forward?
love it.
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that fan that just said that. Thank you very much for saying that. All right. So my point in this whole how long the wait, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm a guy. You know how guys think. The first head is the one thinking, and not the one that's above my shoulders. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I'm being real with y'all tonight. I'm gonna be real with this whole conversation because, like I said, it's not one of my favorite conversations to talk about, but the show must go
Sure.
on. The show must go on. So simple as that. I believe in you first start in a relationship. I'm going to say this. Yes, it's true that making a man wait for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days is probably a great thing because you get to know each other. And sometimes I wish I'd have done that in some of my previous relationships. I'd be the first one to tell you that. But waiting 90 days if you're already in a relationship, not so much. Not so much. Because a lot of the problems I feel like in past relationships or in relationships in general is the fact that even though you make a man wait for it, I'm pretty sure a man already has an idea of what he's waiting for next. And sorry, don't like the opinion.
No, I mean, it's not. It's more like you don't necessarily have to take this oath while you're in the middle of your relationship, but sometimes, and there may be circumstances where you would need to take a break and take a 90-day oath off of something.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you on
Whether it
that.
be sex or whatever the root problem is. Obviously, if you're in a relationship and things are going sour, you may need to take a break and reevaluate and just, you know what I'm saying, like restart, and start all over again. Sometimes that may be necessary if you both want to be in this relationship.
Okay.
So sometimes that might be the saving grace. You know what I'm saying?
I could understand that because at some point.
For all new relationships,
Mhm.
I'll tell you this: most women normally do something along these lines anyway, and I really tell you the reason why. Because in the past, and this goes for men too, is that if you value the person that you're with, you never talk about your sex with them. That's something that's like almost innate in all of us. I can tell you every little bit of juicy detail when it came to any kind of dude that I might have been just as a fuck buddy or just as, a booty call every now and then.
Mhm.
I could tell you all the juicy bits and pieces of everything that went on that night.
Mhm.
You will not hear a peep from me when it comes to talking about my man.
Oh, but again, that's
It's different.
It's different. It's totally different.
It's different because when you love somebody
Mhm.
and you're in a relationship with them, it's like, why would you, and you got something good, why would you share that with everybody?
Yeah, remember what happened when you talk.
Loose lips sink ship.
Yeah,
well, people will definitely want, because there's always going to be that woman that's going to want that man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're always going to want what it is that you have.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, the grass is green now, but,
Not in every case, though. Yeah, but you're
not
right.
in every case.
True. Let's see. So, from what I got from you is this. And tell me if I'm wrong. So what you're saying is you're telling the fans tonight that going with the 90-day or whatever, how long, just something to reopen the communications lines, correct?
It's possible.
Okay, so you really...
I think it would be healthy if you guys are struggling, sure.
Yeah. So you really think it's a good way to start from the beginning again?
Why not? Why not?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't see anything wrong with it either.
That part I don't see anything wrong with.
Because sometimes it could be just a matter of, you get too complacent